UFC, the world leader in MMA. Experience it on FS1.
Good morning, Sydney. It is Saturday morning down under, and the UFC Octagon is ready to showcase the best MMA talent in the world, including a heavyweight headliner between Fabricio Werdum and Marchant that could crown a future contender. The FS1 UFC Fight Night weigh-in show starts now. Hello, everyone. It is Saturday in Australia, Friday afternoon in the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles. Karen Bryant here alongside the reigning, defending UFC welterweight king of the world, Mr. Tyron Woodley, and to his left, the Thug Jitsu master, Eve Edwards, looking smooth. We've got Heidi Andro on location for us as well. And Tyron, I promised the people earlier on Twitter that I was going to ask you about your next fight. They have to stay tuned, though. We're going to do that in a minute.
All right.
Well, the big news out of Australia happened yesterday. Headliner Fabricio Werdum got into an altercation with UFC welterweight Colby Covington. Words were exchanged until Werdum apparently struck Covington with a boomerang. I'm not making this up.
Did he get it back?
Maybe. It has been reported that Covington has pressed charges. We will hear from Werdum later on the show. But, Tyron, of course, it is not going to keep the Brazilian out of our main event.
Let's just talk about the fights.
I know you have thoughts. But
Let's get right into that. Fabricio Werdum, man, he is an amazing fighter. He's been around the sport for a very long time. Who just does a jump kick in the face? He's found a way to utilize high-level, world-class striking and disguise his Brazilian jiu-jitsu by doing so. Every time you think that he's going to go for a takedown and try to go for submission, he's striking you, forcing you to go for the takedown, as we've seen right there with Cain Velasquez, putting you in a bad spot. You don't want to be on the ground with this man. He will break your arm.
But in his fight tomorrow night, he's fighting Marchant. And Tybura is this young man. He's coming up in the heavyweight division. He started out, didn't have the greatest debut, but he's been on fire ever since, taking guys out, taking guys down, dominating with his striking and with good positioning. We saw him beat a former heavyweight champ in Andrei Arlovski. We saw him with Luis Enrique on top, controlling position, doing stuff that we know that Fabricio Werdum is strong at. And that's what I want to see with him, if he's going to be able to pull that off tomorrow night.
Eve, question for you, though. Originally, Tybura was supposed to face Marchant. How much of an adjustment you think he had to make to fight Werdum?
Well, he had to make a complete adjustment. Marchant is a completely different fighter than Fabricio Werdum. Werdum does love to throw his hands and throw hard, but Hunt that's all he has. He doesn't have to worry about anything if he was able to take down Hunt. Now, if he gets to the ground, he has some concerns.
And he has 6 weeks. It wasn't like he just threw it in on him 2 days before the fight. So he has 6 weeks to prepare. That's plenty of a training camp to get ready for this fight.
One of his quotes was, "I think I can survive on the mat with Fabricio." Positive thinking will help. They are ready down under. We are going to get our official weigh-in started. Here is our good friend Dan Hardy on the mic.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the UFC Sydney weigh-ins. Welcome on stage the lovely ring girls, Christy Pearson, Red Dela Cruz, and Kahili Blundell. Obviously, Mick Maynard, the man responsible for making these matchups. Okay, make some noise, please, folks. We've got some fighters backstage ready to weigh in. First to the stage, Anthony Hamilton versus Adam Wojciech in the blue corner. Adam Wojciech.
Now, this fight with Adam Wojciech, this was postponed once. It was supposed to happen last time in Poland, but there was some rowdy soccer fans going on. But this guy, he's coming to the octagon with 6 first-round finishes. 3 KOs, 5 subs, and he's on a 7-fight win streak. He's finished all of his fights, so I'm excited to see him go out there because he's one of these guys that loves to go after his opponents and try to put you on your back and put you to sleep. I love that.
And folks, as you are probably realizing now, these are official weigh-ins.
238.6. 238 for Adam Wojciech.
Morning weigh-in, so these are
and his
not
opponent in the red
ceremonial,
corner,
these are the real deal.
Anthony Freight Train Hamilton.
Well, I'm going to take advantage because this name I can't pronounce. Anthony Hamilton, he's not the R&B singer either, but he is a KO artist. He has several 8 KO finishes, 5 of those coming in the first round. He's known to be in brawls. He's known to throw heavy leather. I'm excited to see how he takes on his next opponent, who obviously has a height advantage, but I think the power can chop down the long tree. Hopefully he can get close enough to land some good punches in.
both these guys are finishers, and that's why this heavyweight fight is an exciting fight. Both of these guys are going to go out there looking to put a stop to a guy.
261. 261 for the freight train, Anthony Hamilton.
That's a nickname, huh? The freight
The freight train.
Yeah, and he's a former All-American wrestler, so I'm hoping that he's going to utilize some of that. He's not that much slow.
No. We've got, let's see. So they're both 6'5", it claims, on our paperwork, but we know sometimes people
Yeah,
play
football stats.
Yeah.
Moving on to the flyweight division, Janelle Lauser versus Eric Shelton. First to the stage in the blue corner, Eric Showtime Shelton.
Eric Shelton is a father of 4 and says that everything he does revolves around those babies. But when he's not fighting, he also likes to volunteer at the Boys and Girls Club in Galesburg, Illinois, where he grew up going as a young boy.
Of course, we got to know Showtime on The Ultimate Fighter. What you call a good kid, guys. He's got a lot of responsibility at a young age with all those children, but he's really
125
really
for
trying to do
Eric
right
Shelton.
by him. So got a lot of respect for Eric.
And his opponent in the red corner, Janelle, the Demolition Man Lauser.
The Demolition Man, Janelle Lauser. This young man, he's so much fun to watch. He's got a lot of experience with boxing. 7 pro boxing fights, all of them wins, and 4 of those fights are knockouts. I mean, he's brought that skill to the octagon, but he's not afraid to get to the ground either. He has some submissions in his background. He has two wins by submissions and also 2 wins by KO. So looking at this young man, we know that he can do everything. We'll see what he brings to the octagon tomorrow night because he has a tough opponent in front of him. This is another fun fight. Fun at 125 pounds.
We know the pace will be high.
The pace will be real high. It'll be 250 pounds of action in the octagon tomorrow.
$124 for Janelle Lauser.
And he's got the Batman, the bat outfit abs.
Yes, he does.
I was worried it took a few seconds. I thought they were going to say he didn't make weight. Hold on.
Hold on.
That's got to be different. These guys have been under the new rules recently, but now going back to the old rules and this being the official
Moving
weigh-in.
on to the strawweight division, Alex Chambers versus Nadia Kasim. First to the stage in the blue corner, Nadia, 187 Kasim.
What does 187 mean, huh? That is a
187.
187.
Straight homicide.
Let's just say this woman is excited to make her UFC debut. She's got she is undefeated in her pro record, 4-0, all wins by first round KO. 3 of those wins, guys, came in 26 seconds or less. Now, she does train with Mokhtarian, who we will see later on the fight card, so a local girl looking to make good here.
Now, they are in Australia,
Yep.
and she's Australian. The 187 could be shoplifting in Australia.
You're right. It might mean something totally different.
It might be the same thing.
I doubt she's going to shoplift as a nickname. Like, what, you're going to shoplift in a fight? I'm going to go in there and shoplift you in this fight. I don't think that's it. Eve?
Probably not.
120
She don't come
for
off to me
Nadia
as a
Kasim.
187.
No, she really doesn't. I mean, hey,
The fight game might be something different.
And her opponent
does
in the
Rose
red
Namajunas
corner,
look like a killer to you?
Alex Astro Girl Chambers.
Alex Chambers has a double degree from Sydney University. She actually thought she would be a robotics engineer or an astrophysicist, but was bit by the MMA bug at a young age. Now, at 39 years old, she enters the octagon after an 805-day layoff to face former training partner Nadia Kasim.
So, guys, as you may have heard there, Kasim did weigh in at 120 pounds, so she is overweight.
We got caught up on the 187.
We did get caught up on the 187 and missed the 120.
The 120 gonna cost her 2-0.
115 for Alex Chambers.
It is. Well, she has 2 hours to make the weight. If not, she will be giving up part of her fight purse.
And that's going to be really hard at this point. The 5 pounds in 2 hours of the last day.
Nadia
That's
Kasim
tough.
will give 20% of her purse to her opponent. Next up in the lightweight division, moving on to the FS1 prelims, Damian Brown versus Frank Camacho. First to the stage in the blue corner, Frank the Crank Camacho.
Frank the Crank Camacho, tough 16 vet. He might not just jump off the screen to you because he doesn't have a ton of UFC fights. He has 1 UFC fight, but he has 13 first-round finishes, 16 KOs, a ton of experience outside of the UFC. This guy's a native of Guam. He goes out there. He is a finisher. You're going to find out that the theme of this entire card, everybody's a finisher. I think they put the Australian fans in for a nice treat.
Yeah, because Australians love a good box-up.
160.
160 for Frank
Again,
Camacho.
missing weight here. There is no 160 weight class in the UFC.
Moving on to the red corner, Damian beat down Brown.
Damian beat down Brown. Another Aussie getting out there trying to mix it up in the octagon. His last time out wasn't his best performance. He had a tough fight with Vince Pichel, but he's ready to bounce back. He's a former Australian organization lightweight champ, and he's a tough guy, man. 11 finishes, 8 KOs, and 3 subs. He can do it all, and we'll see what he's going to bring tomorrow because he wants to bounce back and get himself back in the win column. Look at those shades. Look at him. He's just shining.
155.
155. And I spoke with Damian earlier this week. He really wants to get the word out about helping veterans. He's a veteran of fighting in Afghan, and he's lost 71 suicides this year in Australia due to PTSD. So he's really trying to get the word out there and help
Moving on
veterans.
to the heavyweight division, Rashad Coulter versus Tai Tuivasa. First up in the blue corner, Tai Bam Bam Tuivasa.
Tai Tuivasa is 23 years old from Kingswood, New South Wales, Australia, and he looks to make history here in Sydney, becoming the first Aboriginal Australian to win in the UFC.
A lot of people seem to be excited about seeing Tuivasa in there. I believe even Mark Hunt had posted that he's coming over to rep and support him. And, Mark was pulled from this card due to medical issues, but he said, I got to go in there and support my boys. So we will probably see Mark there as well tomorrow.
The tap made me feel like he had some pants that was pulled all the way up real high.
265.
265.
Just made it.
There, just made it.
Just
And
made
his
it.
opponent in the red corner, Rashad D. Walker Coulter.
Rashad Coulter. Look at him. He's got that intense look on his face, the way he comes out with that G-walk, taking off that hat and that hoodie, just getting ready to throw down tomorrow night. This man is a finisher, man. He finishes all of his wins. None of them have gone the distance. Why? Because he's a finisher. Tyron hit the nail on the head when he said they put this card together looking for finishers, and this is another one of those guys. 2 heavyweights, they're going to get in there, mix it up, throw bombs at each other. Those Aboriginal guys, they are hardcore. They fight hard all the time, and so is Coulter. He's going to come out and really mix it up tomorrow night. I'm excited for this one.
I remember his debut.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Against the Vanilla Gorilla. That was great.
249.
249.
Yeah, he didn't
for
chase Sherman.
Rashad
That was
Coulter.
great.
You earned a lot of respect from a lot of people that night.
Absolutely.
He took a lot of leg kicks, dude.
I mean, too many.
But he didn't quit.
No, he didn't.
That's a different thing. Those leg kicks, those things shut you down. I've won fights with leg kicks. We've seen it in the octagon.
Sure.
With Edson Barbosa. But he didn't quit. He had to get taken out. So we know what we're in for tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Especially
And
out of
next up
him.
in the lightweight division, Nick Lentz versus Will Brooks. First to the stage in the blue corner, Will Brooks.
Will Brooks, Chi-Town native, also American top team teammate. Man, he's jumping to the stage. As you know, Nick Lentz used to be a former American top team sparring partner. They had some beef in the gym, so they get to settle it for real in the octagon. This dude is extremely well-rounded, very coachable.
156.
156 for Will Brooks.
Very coachable. He's equally athletic, hardworking, has a strong
And his
skill set,
opponent
and is
in the
ever
red
evolving
corner,
and getting better in
Nick
the sport.
the Carney Lentz.
Nick Lentz left American Top Team in May. He went to train at Combat Club with Henry Hooft, has since followed Henry to his new gym, Hard Knocks 365 in Fort Lauderdale. Now, I spoke to Henry Hooft yesterday, and he told me they're really working on elevating the fundamental side of Nick's striking game. They said he's picked up the system
155.
rather quickly.
155 for Nick Lentz.
Yeah, this is a fight that I'm really curious about because in the gym, I've trained with both these guys. Tyron and I, both American Top Team products, and I've trained with both these guys. They're both tough in their own right.
Who wins?
Who wins the fight tomorrow? Oh,
Got a
man.
pick right now?
Yeah,
I gotta go
I'm gonna
with
save
Will
that.
Brooks.
You
I ain't
tune
saying-
in, same bat time, same bat channel. Come on.
Preliminary card in the flyweight division. Ryan Fennoy versus Ashkan Mokhtarian versus the stage in the blue corner. Ashkan, the assassin Mokhtarian.
Ashkan Mokhtarian, the assassin. I like the bandits mask he has on. I used one of those before, and it's always so much fun to come in there and steal someone's
That's a
heart.
Dan Hardy thing, too.
That's it. I wonder if Dan took that from me. Dan, I'm gonna call him after the show. But Ashton, this young man, he's tough. His debut wasn't his best performance, but we saw how tough he was. He came out and he really put it on his opponent, John Moraga. Moraga was a former title challenger, but that was not an easy fight for Moraga. The way Ashton came out and showed every aspect of his game, his wrestling, his offensive grappling,
125.
and his kickboxing skills. He was able to change it up, shoot to the legs when he needed to. Good
And
fight,
his opponent
and he
in
has
the
a
red
very good
corner,
talent in
Babyface
mixing everything
Fennoy.
up.
Well, Ryan Benoit definitely got a baby face. Normally, me and KB switch the nicknames up on him.
Yes, we
But we're
do.
going to let him keep that because he's suiting. But don't let the baby face fool you. The guy can fight. He goes out there. He puts it on the line time and time again. If you don't believe me, look at his record. 7 wins by KO, 5 in the first round. He's won 7 of his last 11. He's looking to go out here, put on a performance, and actually catapult himself higher up in the division.
He's a Texas State wrestling champion also.
3 times.
Yeah.
3 times.
Three
That's saying
piece.
something. There's a lot of talent in Texas.
We got a towel here, guys.
Once
About to
again,
drop the deducts.
reinforcing, yes, these are the real deal weigh-ins, folks.
Don't grab that towel, buddy.
129.
129 for Ryan Benoit.
He should have grabbed the towel.
He will have 2
129,
hours to
once-
make weight.
2 hours to make weight.
Yeah, well, is something going on in the water in
Apparently,
Australia?
apparently.
Because it ain't 1 or 2, it's 3, 4, or 5.
You know what the problem is? The problem is they got Tim Tams over there.
Those are delicious.
They are,
Steve,
right? I don't know how these guys are making weight with Tim Tams in that range.
If people don't know what a Tim Tam cookie is, look it up and thank us later.
Well, they obviously in too many Tim Tams. And they need to get themselves together.
Don't seem like Mokhtarian is phased here.
Babyface versus crazy face.
Yeah. Welcome back to the desk here in Los Angeles. We're ready to weigh in the fighters on our 6-fight main card. Next up, it is a 150-pound catchweight bout between Alexander Volkanovski and Shane Young. So, Eve, why don't you talk to us about New Zealand's Sugar Shane Young?
Sugar Shane Young. This fight is at a catchweight because it was taken on short notice. Shane Young, he's a tough young man. This is his debut, and he's taken this opportunity to step into the octagon and show the world what he has. He's 8 first-round finishes, and 5 of his wins are by KO, 4 by submission. So that in itself tells me that.
147.
147 for Shane
Nice.
Young.
He almost made 145-pound weight class.
Alexander the Great.
What that does is it tells me that he can do everything.
I'll let this man run through the scale without giving you his stats. Alexander Volkanovski. I was trying not to torture his...
Volkanovski.
Oh, my God. I was about to tear his name up, and I did anyway. Thank you, KB. But his opponent that he's going to be taking on...
Shane Young here, obviously making his debut. So this is the thing. Volkanovski has been here before. He's done it before, but obviously he's got something to prove.
A lot to prove. 7 submission victories, so he might have to win one of those hats off the track.
149.
He is currently on a 12-win streak as well, guys. He's got a 15-1 record. So.
Now, I wonder what this short notice opponent's going to do for him. And, you know, I don't know how much video he also was able to get on this young man.
Moving on to the middleweight division, Elias Theodore versus Daniel Kelly. First to the stage in the blue corner, Daniel Kelly.
You hear the Australian crowd pop for Daniel Kelly, the 4-time judo Olympian. I mean, to be in combat for that long and then to move to mixed martial arts, this guy he's a tough one. But he's taking off that shirt and he's demonstrating that the only approved Thug Jitsu dad bod in the UFC. He can have the dad bod because he's over 40 right now. But Dan Kelly is one of these tough guys, man. He came out there, won 7 of his last 8, and only losing to Derek Brunson.
185.
185 for Daniel Kelly.
You say dad bod with love, though, and
And
respect,
his
for sure.
opponent in the
Absolutely,
red corner,
100%.
Elias, the Spartan, Theodore.
Elias Theodore could not resist posting a picture of his face photoshopped onto the Barbie man bun Ken doll. Well, Mattel PR caught note of it, and they actually hired him to become a global brand ambassador. He told me yesterday, don't be surprised if you see his face on a Ken doll soon.
185.
I do approve of that man
185 for
bun.
Elias Theodore.
You like the man bun?
I approve of Elias
Massive,
Theodore
massive
with the
bun.
man bun.
I think you should grow a man bun.
Yeah, Eve, let's go.
You know, I had one in high school. I'll find a picture. Try to bring it in tomorrow.
Eve,
I'm 100%
was it
serious
a
about that man
was it
bun,
a
too.
man bun, afro puff bun?
It was a
Next up in the welterweight
Man-fro bun
division, Jake
puff.
Matthews versus Bojan Blachowicz. First to the stage in the blue corner, Bojan, Serbian Steel, Blachowicz.
Bojan Blachowicz. This is a nickname I was trying to pronounce earlier, but I'm going to give it to the right man this time. He has 6 first-round finishes. 4 of those are KOs, 8 submission victories. He comes out there with a lot of intensity. That's the thing that you see from these up-and-coming fighters. They're well-rounded, they're hungry, they want to chase to the top, they want their UFC gold, and you can see it in the way that they come out there and attack their opponents. I think there's going to be nothing different tomorrow night. He's going to come out there with that same intensity.
Bojan Blachowicz. He's also passed through American Top Team. I've trained with him once before.
170.
The last time we saw him, he was inside the octagon with Darren Till, who we know is really making a
And
splash
his
these
opponent
days.
in
So,
the red corner,
sorry, had some
Jake,
great
the
competition.
Former
Celtic
champion,
Kid
too.
Matthews.
Jake Matthews returns after a 16-week layoff and 2 hip surgeries. He actually had 8 millimeters shaved off of 3 points on both sides of his hips. His bones were rubbing together, but he said he is ready to get back in action and make his welterweight debut in the UFC.
Wow, he had some work put in.
Already?
Yeah, he's 23 years old and he's had that kind of work put in. That's kind of scary, but he's a talent.
170.
170 for Jake Matthews.
Interested to see him at 170 pounds.
Yeah.
This will be
He's taking on a former RFA champion,
Here we
Lakin
go.
Frisky.
You guys, just wait a little while.
I like how they get physical and they shake it out.
Shake it out. We're good. We're cool, right?
I like that.
Staying in the welterweight division, next up we have Tim Means versus Bilal Muhammad. First to the stage in the blue corner, Bilal, remember the name, Muhammad.
Bilal, remember the name Muhammad. If you say remember the name too much, you forget the name. Bilal is an amazing training partner of mine. I trained with him in Ruthless Sport. Very hard-working, dedicated guy. He will not go away. If you've seen in his fight against Aljamain,
That's right.
the guy is tough as they come. I remember he was going through a 40-day fast from Ramadan, never complained, never winced, came every single day and brought it.
170
170.
You know,
for Bilal
the more I see
Muhammad.
about him, the more I hear him talk,
Oh,
the more I
my
like
God.
him.
And his
Bilal has got a
opponent in the
great
red
fighting
corner,
style.
Tim,
He's got a
the
chin
Dirty Bird
like
Means.
nobody's business. It's fun to watch. This could be fight of the night, guys.
This could be fight of the night. I mean, with him and this young man, Tim Means. Tim Means, he's been in the 155-pound weight class, moved back up to 170. You can see it here. At 170 pounds, he's still going to be lean. He's long. He's rangy. And I think 170 pounds is the right weight class for him. Now, he's dangerous when he gets in tight. He likes to stay out long, but he's dangerous in close.
170.
170
Especially with
for
those
Tim
elbows.
Means.
I mean, he fires his elbows and those things are sharp. Look at him. You can see him right here. You can cut paper with those things.
I don't know how he could keep it in close with those long arms. It would be hard to even land
It's
some
time
short
for the
strikes.
co-main event in the women's flyweight division. Beck Rawlings versus Jessica Rose Clark. First to the stage in the blue corner, Jessica Rose Clark.
Jessica Rose Clark is from Sydney, Australia, but packed up and moved her training to Syndicate MMA in Las Vegas about a year ago. She was scheduled to fight on December 8th in Invicta, but actually took the short notice call to make her UFC debut right here in her hometown.
You know, Beck has said about this fight now that it should be interesting. They have a very similar style. They feel like it will be a very crowd-pleasing fight. Both of them like to get in there, mix it up, and scrap. Maybe not be so technical, but get in there and just let those hands go.
Well, when you're not technical and you're punching and not defending, the fans seem to love it.
They sure do, so.
They're becoming a new skill set in mixed martial arts.
Yep.
The toughness and durability.
Right. Well, this woman, too, is a 3-time Australian bantamweight champion, so she definitely does have the skills.
128.
128 for Jessica
The skills
Rose.
and the fat.
For a 125 fight,
Oh,
gentlemen.
3 pounds a day.
That's too much.
In the red
There's a lot of catch weights going on.
But it's not supposed to be a catch weight. So Beck Rawlings, speaking of going to 125 pounds, this is a woman we got to know on The Ultimate Fighter. She was trying to fight at 115 pounds, missed her weight the last time, is so much happier now fighting at 125 pounds. If you look at any of the things you've seen for Fight Week, she is just reinvigorated, doesn't have to struggle with the weight cut, and can just focus on the positives of Fight Week.
125.
And look at that smile. That is a woman who is just happy to be in this weight class where she really feels like she belongs.
I think strawweight was just too much.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, the weight class, especially for the women, that 10-pound difference, it's huge.
It's huge.
That was hilarious. They didn't know what to do with the hands.
It's time now to take a look at the 2 men involved in the main event of this weekend.
Fabricio Werdum is one of the most decorated Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu submission artists the sport has ever known. He has beaten the top 3 all-time great heavyweight mixed martial arts fighters and beaten them by submission. Fedor Emelianenko, Minotauro Nogueira, and Cain Velasquez, all 3 of those men tapped out to Fabricio Werdum.
I fight for 20 years and my mind is very young. I want to show again I'm the best fighter in the world.
I want to prove that I'm the best heavyweight in the world. I think I'm on the way to achieve it in MMA. Fighting Fabricio Werdum is the way to get it.
Second straight UFC knockout.
The main event of UFC Fight Night Sydney sees Marchant, who's one of the rising prospects in the heavyweight division, take on and possibly topple one of the veterans of the heavyweight division, one of the pioneers that has effectively laid out the path for Marchant to walk towards the UFC title.
I think Fabricio is one of the best in history in the heavyweight division. I started with Jiu-Jitsu. Now I have a chance to compare my jiu-jitsu with him, so that's a great thing.
My last fight versus Harris, I got the armbar in 65 seconds. Very quick armbar, very tight too, you know. Marchant from Polonia, he's very good fighter. He has a good jiu-jitsu in the ground, he have a good wrestling too. This is very big challenge for me, you know. This is a very important fight.
This is a huge opportunity for me. I think it's a path to become the UFC champion.
My big goal is the belt. Marchant is there in my way, you know, that's it.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the blue corner, Marchant Tybura.
Marchant Tybura, he is trying to add the stats. Fresh off a victory over Andrei Arlovski, 3 fights in a row victorious.
247.
247, lean punching machine, 9 first-round finishes, 7 KOs.
By Camacho, Werdum.
Listen to the crowd. They were a little bit mixed out there. I don't know why, but
I mean, they're probably pro-boomerang.
I'm sure they are. I mean, look at where they're at, right? But this man, like we just saw, he submitted 3 of the best heavyweights of all time.
249.
240, he submitted 3 of the best heavyweights of all time. And Fabricio Werdum is stepping out again to test. Now he's testing on the newcomers. He's going to try to submit these new guys, and we'll see how Fabricio can
Marchant,
do that.
I got a quick question with you, my friend. So this is a huge opportunity for you, obviously, facing a former world champion. What does this mean to you, and how do you get the win tomorrow?
You know, this has been great. This has been great, you know, week in Sydney. Thank you for having me here. Big respect for Fabricio, but I'm here to chasing my goals, so I leave everything in the octagon tomorrow to win this fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, Marchant Tybura. And the legend, former UFC heavyweight champion, Fabricio Werdum. This is a rising prospect, a young challenge for you. What do you see in his game, and what challenges does he bring to you?
Hello, Australia. Hey! Hey, man, I'm very happy, man. You know, I'm very excited for the fight. This country is amazing. I'm very excited. I'm just trying to knock down him for you guys. That's it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Fabricio Werdum.